The elders of Ile-Ife have reached out to the elders of Akure to tell them that having a little doubt in the Oni is very disappointing, because if you did not believe at any point at all that Oni was not suitable for your daughter, then you should not even have considered giving her out in marriage to start with. But you believed down to a point that you celebrated, they brought her into the palace, every single thing happened so fine, and now all of you are beginning to, have that kind of misconception that Oni is not the right person, is this, because of what someone else said, that Oni's marriage with Olori Naomi is beneficial. No matter what they do, the marriage only benefits the Oni and all of those things. It is quite hilarious. They don't, them as the elders, they don't appreciate that kind of a thing coming from the elders of Akure. And as the matter is right now, it was after this meeting that the Oni started talking. The Oni started saying all of these things he was saying. For a very long time, the Oni have not spoken concerning these things, because to him the Oni, it is nothing. To him it is nothing, but to this woman it is something. To this woman it is a lot. And when they only decided, or let's say when they only chose to overlook a lot of these things, it was just he was just doing himself a favor. Because when you want to follow these women back to back, you are the one giving yourself heart attack. When you want to follow these women bomber to bomber, now you they give yourself heart attack, because them it no even concern them in any way. Them, they don't have an issue. You see these women, they no get palava. Their only concern is that make everything scatter, make everybody go back in papa house. That is it for them. So these elders are now trying to see how they could elaborate these matters with the elders of Akure, because coming out all of a sudden to say that they only ought to prove that his marriage with Olori Naomi is not beneficial. He's not the one enjoying from the marriage. Naomi has been out of the palace for how long now? Naomi left the palace in December 2020. And since she left the palace come today, are we going to judge by the fact that the Ooni have tried every single thing within his power to make sure that she comes back into the palace? Because that's what everybody is saying. That the way the Ooni has fought tirelessly that Naomi returns back into the palace, it is questionable. It is worth questioning. What is Ooni's benefit to this whole thing that is making him fight this hard that Naomi returns back into the palace? See, there is something called real love, genuine love, and these two people love themselves. That is all we have all come to know. Only Naomi and the Oni love themselves. And when people love themselves, allow them do what it is right for them to do. Allow them do that which they feel, yes, this is what we have to do. Because when you keep on telling them every single day that no, this is not it, this is not it, this is not right, then what do you expect of them? Because these two people, they have proven, they have shown, they have done every single thing within their power. It is not today that this matter began. We all know that. It is not today that this matter began. Since Olori Naomi stepped her foot into the palace, it became like what it became like what exactly is happening? Yes. That is how this whole matter became. And it became like these women were fighting deliberately, they were doing this, they were doing that. And if you want to look at it right too, even yourself, you go want try understand this matter in one way or the other, because these women, the way that they take this matter on top their head, the way that they try run one or two things in the palace, it is no longer making sense. Now the Oni, the Oni is the one who is in charge of this palace. Yes, we all know. The Oni decides what happens in the palace. The Oni knows that this is it, this is that is supposed to be in the palace, and he apparently he does every single thing humanly possible to make sure that whatsoever takes place in the palace is done right, and it is done the way it is meant to be done. So now the Oni would wake up one morning and tell his wife that, okay, I don't want any of you to fight, neither do I want chaos to arise between any of you. Now this is what I want I want all of you to stay focused. No fighting. Nobody should fight. Nobody should indulge into things that are not appropriate. Nobody should even have involvement on things that are not meant to exist in the palace. And then his wives that he got married to will now tell him that, sir, sorry, oh, we want to fight. Sir, this is what we want to do. How does it make sense? It doesn't. So now the elders are on an opinion that these people self doubting the Ooni at a single stage is so bad, making him look like he's benefiting from Olori Naomi exactly the way Ronke have made it seem. It is bad, because if you are ever going to believe someone, if you are not going to trust someone, then you need to trust the man you are giving your daughter to. You need to trust the man you are handing over your daughter to and saying that what, go and spend the rest of your life with. You ought to trust that kind of man. But when you can't trust that kind of man, then how do you expect every single thing to pan out right between you and like every single thing? Because right now, if these people doubt whatsoever it is that exists between the Ooni and the Olori Naomi, then there is a very, very big problem. That is what even the elders of Ile-Ife are beginning to be scared of. Because you see those elders, they might not be Naomi's father. Comes to Naomi's well-being, when it comes to all of this whole palace matter, they have a very, very valid say on what happens in Olori Naomi's life. That is it. They have a very valid say on what happens in Olori Naomi's life. And right now, that is how this whole thing is happening. Everybody is beginning to make it look like this person is wrong, this person is right, this person is this person is that. But all of these things, what will be the end? That is the part that everyone wants to see. Because you see, the end of this matter will be quite bad. We don't talk on several occasions that the end of this matter will really, really be bad. Yes, the end will be so bad to a point that nobody will even believe that, so this is it. Nobody will even believe, because these women have signed a death sentence and they have said that whatsoever it is, let it come. They are ready for it. That is what these women have said. And you see, as this whole thing is, they are not bothered. That is that is the part that people are yet to see. These women are not bothered. If this whole palace matter scatter today, concern these women, their lives will continue. They will keep on doing whatever it is that they feel they are doing. They will keep on with their lives.